Hey fans of Clear Lake, Ross England with Clear Lake Guide Service with our fishing report today. Once I get my act together here. Today's date is October 2nd. October, man, it's here. Let's see, let's start out with the weather. It's been cold this week. We've had a couple of days where actually at our house, which is near the state park, it's been down in the 30s for morning lows, 32, 33, 34 in that range. When you get to the lake, it bumps up into the real low 40s, but the water temperature has changed from last week. It's gone from 72 down to pretty consistently, it's hanging around 67 in the morning to 68 in the afternoon. So still pretty good water temperature. The water clarity, due to a lot of wind, has really changed. The clearest water that I've found this week, maybe 2 feet, 2.5 at the most. A lot of areas is still only 1 foot. I got around a little bit up in the upper end of the lake yesterday, and there's still some grass up there that's actually green. The algae blooms kind of moved away. It's not nearly as bad as it was, primarily just because there's a bunch of wind that's blowing it all over the place. So there's your water conditions, fishing conditions, all over the board. There's guys complaining about being able to catch fish, and then there's guys catching 50 to 60 fish. So it just depends on what you're doing, where you're doing it, how you're doing it. Haven't really heard of any, giant weights. I know that we've got a Triton tournament coming up this weekend out of Konocti Vista Casino. There'll be some good weights out of that. There always are. Our deal, we've been running between 12 and 20 fish a day, and it's been a combination of shallow crankbaits, plastics, few jig fish. So it's kind of been splattered all over the place. I know Jim was out yesterday, my partner. He's one of those guys who had a 60 fish day, and they had a pair of 7s. So last week we had a 7. Jim had a couple of 7s yesterday. I know of a couple of other guys who have caught some good fish during the course of this week. So it's starting to turn around. It's starting to turn on. It's still very, very much dependent on whether you're just in the right place at the right time. So look for some good weights to come out of this weekend's event. If you own a Triton boat and you still are on the fence, you still haven't signed up, the weather's going to be good this weekend. Get up and fish the tournament. It's a fun deal. Just contact Kent Brown. I think you can still sign up as late as probably Friday afternoon to get into the event. It's at Konocti Vista Casino. Goes out Saturday and Sunday. We caught every day that we were out this week. We caught catfish. We caught one today on a drop shot that weighed 13 pounds. I mean, that's a long fight on a light rod. It was a lot of fun to watch. We're also catching bluegill all over the lake. I mean, literally, a lot of places that we've pulled up on, we're getting bit. And it doesn't make any difference if we're fishing in 5 feet of water or 22 feet of water. So there's just a lot of going on. There's silversides all over the lake. One spot we fished today, we saw a threadfin shad that was probably 5 inches long. Floated up to the surface, was in the process of dying. That's an old shad. You're looking at probably a 3 or 4 year old threadfin shad. A lot of the places that we had the graph on and we were looking around, we could see schools of bait fish, with the exception of the silversides, which are right on the surface. We saw most of them in the 12 to 20 foot range, we'll call it. So the weather finally turned back into a decent, comfortable. I mean, you can see it right now. I'm sitting here just off of Buckingham Point, and it's very, very calm and nice. It's the first time I've taken my jacket off today, though. So 100 yards over that way, the wind is still blowing. But it was pretty calm yesterday. It was pretty calm this morning until 11:30, 12 o'clock. Looks like it's going to be a good weekend weather-wise. Supposed to sneak up into the 80s. But I think our hot weather is done for the year. Those of you who are looking to come up and throw live bait, I personally think it's still a little bit early for that. I think you're going to have to wait another couple weeks. I'd like to see the water temperatures get down in the low 60s and a lot of this grass start to die before that really starts becoming an effective bite. Now, somebody can come up here with minnows tomorrow and prove me a dummy, but I'm just giving you general information. So we still caught most of our fish down below the Narrows this week. I don't think that's going to change until something significantly changes up on the upper end of the lake. There's some bites that are getting ready to start that just haven't quite got going yet. They will. One of the things is throwing that LB, so that just hasn't happened for me yet. But it'll get going here pretty quick. That's all just dependent on water temperature. So saw a couple of guys from Nevada this past week. Fished next to them for a while, talked to them. Thanks for saying hi, appreciate it. That's our fishing report for this week. We'll be back at you next week. Remember, catch up with us. Before I say that, I'll have this evening sometime, I'll have a picture of Jim 7 posted on our Facebook page, which is Clear Lake Guide Service. So everything that you can find us on, just type in Clear Lake Guide Service and we'll come up, whether it's on the internet, whether it's on YouTube, or whether it's on Facebook. So thanks for watching. Hope you have a great weekend fishing. We'll see you next week. Caleb, I got a feeling you and I are going to be seeing each other pretty soon here.